We always want to say, oh man, it was my mama, it was the dog, it was the job. It was you. It was you every time. You put you in a position you are, your thoughts, your ideals, and the choices you make. And the choices you make put you where you are. So if you don't like where you are, choose again. Make different choices.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just a real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Can you tell us about a situation in your life where you grew from, like it could have been a negative situation or it was a negative situation and you're like, damn, this is fucked up, but you grew from it?
Well, I stopped smoking crack. I grew from that shit. You know, I smoked crack for 23 years. Now I have 15 years of sobriety, but I stopped that. That shit was terrible, and it messed up everything in my life. With it out of my life, everything else started healing and working. That was a fucked up situation. I don't have a lot of bad stuff in my life that I can really talk about, because I don't be having no bad shit. I don't think like that. And you always take yourself into the places you go. We always want to say, oh man, it was my mama, it was the dog, it was the job. Motherfucker, it was you. It was you every time. You put you in a position you are, your thoughts, your ideals, and the choices you make. And the choices you make put you where you are. So if you don't like where you are, choose again. Make different choices, man.
When people stop with addiction, I like to ask them, how did you stop?
I did a lot of praying. I prayed for God to make me sick if I get around crack cocaine, because I used to go get my dope on Washington Boulevard, right off of La Brea. Then after a while, I couldn't even drive down the street. If I went down that area or thought about it or got near somebody, I would get that fucking cocaine gas. You know, that you get when you about to get high. You get that cocaine, you get that gas in your stomach, just start, you like bubble guts and shit. So I couldn't even go around it. It was just a reminder, hey, don't go there. Hey, don't do that, you know? And it makes the difference in everything.
Now, a lot of people who beat addiction, they also have to beat the stigma, because once people know you've done that, they say, oh, that's what he do, that's him.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to beat the stigma?
I haven't beat it. When people don't like me, that's the first thing they say. You know, there's a guy with a big podcast came out and said all kind of terrible things about me. But the thing is, I don't beef. I don't beef with nobody. You might think you have a beef with me. You ain't got no fucking beef with me. You may have a beef, but it ain't with me, because I'm not in that shit with you. I don't do that. I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't have to spend my time like that. I'm doing positive shit only. If you want to argue, you'll be doing that over there, because I'll be on my way somewhere else. I'm not doing any of that. No.
So I'm gonna ask you a question that I don't know if you can answer, but hopefully you can say something stupid.
Okay, let's
because you were battling that addiction. When you hear Whitney Houston, when she speaks on, I forgot what show she was on, Oprah, when she's like, crack is whack. From what you battled, could you see that she was battling probably the same thing?
When you're an addict, we're all on the same journey, man. You know, all human beings are flawed.
Yes.
None of us are perfect. None of us have all the answers, and none of us get it right. We always have to make mistakes and adjustments throughout your entire life. Drugs is really a disease, man. So you can't really control it, and you can't handle it on your own. If you can handle it on your own, we wouldn't need programs. We need help for this shit. And so when you're getting high, man, you say shit, man. You say what the fuck you think people want to hear. You know, crack logic is some wild shit, man. You say what you want so you can get your next thing. So people not looking at you a certain way, like you want people to think a certain thing of you. I've never understood why anybody would give a fuck what somebody else thinks about them, especially if what they think is not positive. If what they think is not positive, it don't help you or them, so why are you talking to them? Move the fuck on, man. You know, only tell me stuff that's gonna enlighten me or help me or tickle me, because laughter is healing. You know, if you can laugh through a thing, you can get through a thing. I am very blessed with a powerful tool, man. I have humor. And with that, I can do every fucking thing, man. I'm writing books. I just shot my 1 hour special. They just wrote me my own sitcom. I just shot 6 episodes in 4 days. And they made me the star, but they also made me the heathen. They made me the pastor. So I'm Pastor Crowley. My deacon is Rodney Perry, Melanie Camacho. is one of the church ladies. My wife is Kiki Shepherd. The show is off the chain. It's fucking hilarious. It's called Highly Favored. And I'm the minister. I start every show with a prayer, but it's really talking about what's going on in your community. And at the end, I wrap up what happened. It's a beautiful show. It's going to be awesome. We don't know where it is yet. They haven't edited or sold it. But we looked at it, and every day we was like, this is a hit. This is going to be a big show. But I do everything because I'm doing comedy. I do motivational speaking. I do drug court. You know about drug court? So drug court is like if you get busted 3-4 times, you can go to drug court. So for 18 months, you have to be in a program where you can't fall off at all. You got to do exactly what the program says. But after 18 months, your record is expunged. You don't have any of those past arrests. And you come into the fucking, what do you call it? What the court is. You come into the courthouse with your gown and your motherfucking cap. And you graduate from that bitch. You march down the aisle and get your certificate. I speak at those. Yeah, it's just so much stuff that I can do just because it's humor, man. You know, and people need to laugh. Right now, people fucked up. People mad, they upset, they're scared, you know? So if you can give them just a little bit of release, man, it means everything. Hi, wife, how are you?
Hello.
Let me tell you, I have a wife too. I've been married now 259 days. She's the most incredible human being I've ever met. Been with her for 2 years, and every single day my life has gotten better since I met her. Yeah, she changed the DNA of me. My mental, physical, and spiritual DNA has changed because I'm not even the same motherfucker no more. And I've achieved a level of joy that I did not know was attainable. I like to put it like this. I didn't know a nigga could be this happy.
Amen.
I'm sorry.
Amen.
Yes.
I'd like to say I've done the same thing for him. Addiction, just to wrap it up, because
I
we
love
talked
you,
about. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I figured if I have to be blind, I might as well be stylish.
Come on, somebody. Wow.
And you know, they say that addiction is easy to get and extremely hard to get rid of.
Some people never break it. My oldest brother finally broke his heroin addiction. He's been doing heroin every day for 64 years. And he finally broke it. He's gone almost a year and a half now. But he still has a lot of the dialogue of the addict. You gotta get rid of all that shit. You gotta get rid of the ego. Your ego is not your amigo. You gotta kill that motherfucker. When you get the ego out of your life, you talk to people differently. You realize that it ain't about you. You're here dancing a dance that we're all dancing and hoping that we make it. You know, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So can you avoid addiction? And if so, what would be your best advice to someone who may be walking towards that lane, or they're being introduced to these things? Because it could be introduced to you in the entertainment business, through your friends, peers, family. Is it avoidable? And if so, how, as a person, do you avoid it?
And thank you for rephrasing the question again. Yes, absolutely, you can avoid it. By doing the same thing you're supposed to do when you realize you're an addict and you're trying to get clean, you gotta stay away from the people, places, and things that has that drug that you desire. That's all. And you only gotta do it one day at a time. You don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Just get through the day. If you just make it through the day, staying away from the people, places, and things. You can't hang out with the motherfuckers that's doing it because you're gonna become tempted. You say, oh, no, I can handle it. And next thing you know, you firing up. And when you fire up, you lose all your time. You know, when you get high once, you gotta go back and start your time from day one. You know, so yes, you can definitely avoid it. And the way is, stay away from the people, places, and things that have that thing.
That's real.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.